Now, if you think classrooms and dusty books are as exciting as poetry gets, you're very wrong. The spoken word is influencing some of the world's most successful rock and pop musicians. Mr. G has been instrumental in that rise, and he joins me right now. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm a poet and I don't even know it.
Do you? Oh, that's good. First time I've ever heard that in my life. Yeah.
If I'd have had more time, I'd have thought
I'm gonna steal that, definitely. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, right, so you've been supporting Russell Brand.
Yep.
You're out there on the O2,
yeah.
Thousands of people watching.
Yep.
And you're performing poetry.
Poetry, yes.
How does that go down?
Yeah, it's difficult when I say I'm about to do a poem, then there's this weird, and then luckily, you know, the words just hopefully capture them, and then they just at the end, you know, because poetry, you know, it takes you into a different place.
I mean, we sort of, the reputation is, you know, poetry is boring, it's what you learned at school, it's what you didn't particularly like, and yet poems are everywhere, aren't they? They're on sort of birthday cards, they're on so many things in life.
Poetry is just the right words for the right time, right? And so whether it's your Facebook update or your on your Twitter feed, you're just looking for the right words, and so that's all a poet does. Just takes the words and just delivers them to you at the right time.
And what got you into poetry?
Oh, I had a really boring job. I worked in construction and I absolutely hated it, and I found myself writing all my frustrations, all the stuff I couldn't say to my boss. I wrote in a poem, and then I just performed it at night, and that's what got me into it.
Could you write a poem for my boss, please?
Right. I will do. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'll write it alongside your P45, innit?
Yeah. He's watching as well. I probably said the wrong thing. Now, we have to talk about you worked for on Radio 4 with Russell Brand.
That was Radio 2. Radio 2.
And Radio 2, sorry, Radio 4. Radio 2. And you were there with the whole Andrew Sachs thing, weren't you?
I was right in the room.
Sachsgate
Yeah, it was me, Russell, Jonathan Ross in the same room.
When they phoned him and they were very rude on air about his granddaughter.
Yeah.
What was it like from your perspective?
From my perspective, see, you're talking to the wrong guy. I thought it was funny, you know, because it's guys joking. It was guys, you know, when you take it out into the big wide world, then it's like, oh, it takes on a different meaning. But when it's like three guys in a room just joking, you forget that it's being broadcast. I know it sounds stupid, but it was just guys joking around.
But were you surprised by the reaction to it?
Yes, I suppose so. The initial reaction, because bear in mind that the next day there was no complaints, and it was only after it was run in the papers, left, right and centre, then people decided to be offended. But in terms of our audience, who we were playing towards, right, I don't think they were offended. But obviously, you know, if you take a joke from a pub and you broadcast it out, then it takes on a different, it's a different beast.
OK, so tell me about Chill Pill Christmas Special. What is it? Where is it?
Chill Pill is part of this group that, you know, we promote spoken word poetry events, and we're putting on a big Christmas show on December the 18th at the Albany Theatre, and there's going to be music from an Afrobeat group called United Vibrations. There's going to be poetry from a poet called Luke Wright, Vanessa Kasuli, Aisling Fahy, who's the Young Poet Laureate for London. We're going to have a choir. There's going to be mulled wine. There's going to be mince pies. I'm going to be up there just being my usual idiotic self. It's just going to be a big, huge party, and so we're going to be, all this occurs at the Albany Theatre in Deptford.
You have me on mulled wine, to be honest. I will be there. So you're going to be performing for us right now, in fact. What are you going to be performing for us?
OK, I'm going to be performing a poem that's called To the Birds.
And is this something that you wrote yourself?
It's something I wrote myself.
And where can people hear this performed? Is this going to be at the Chill Pill Christmas Special?
Yeah, I'll be performing at the Chill Pill Christmas Special. It's just my little, it's a poem that I do for kids. It's like I do a lot of school workshops, and it's a poem that I do for kids just to get them into the idea of poetry.
Fantastic. Kachori will appreciate it then.
Oh, yeah, definitely so.
She will.
You know?
Right. Over to you, Mr. G.
OK then, right. To the birds. Two red robins awoke early one morning, father and son sharing a moment of calling, in the magical hours between dewdrops and dawn when all is calm with the world. Said son to father, Dad, why do we sing, and puff up our chest and limber up our wings, when it seems to me to be a bird is but a lowly thing, when man is in charge of this world? He builds a nest so high that it can make love to the sky. He wears feathers in all shapes and all colours and sizes. His wings are invisible, but yet he can fly so high. So why should we sing in this world? Said father to son, yes, man indeed is strong. He has the grace of a peacock, the pride of a peacock and the grace of a swan. He even goes a little cuckoo when the weather goes wrong, for he believes that he's in charge of this world. He puts a feather in his cap as he tries to rule the roost. But whenever he gets scared, he feels the bump of a goose. because we used to be dinosaurs, and that's the truth. And that's why we'll always sing in this world. Thank you.
I love it. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Mr. G, you converted me to poetry.
Good stuff indeed. I'll write that for your boss, okay? All right?
Please do,
exactly.
yeah.
See you at the welfare office.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thanks.